welcome to the Locacacast. I am Merc. Zach, I understand you had a head doctor encounter recently. Tell us about it. Oh no, it's a calamity.
You're goddamn right I did. Chris, you know me. I'm a purveyor of the devil's lettuce. And when I go to purchase my lettuce, yeah, we all know what's going on with that. It's how it is. When I go to purchase the lettuce, though, I always look at the selection and the names of the different strains.
Yeah, you gotta check out the product they have on sale.
Yeah, man. I sort of just do a little perusal and I look through. And when something catches my eye, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting name for a flavor. I've never had that before. I gotta check that out. Then usually that's what I'll get. The other day I went to the dispensary and I saw this. My choices that day were Headspace, Tenderoni, or Head Doctor. And I mean, I felt like I had no choice. I just had to know what the Head Doctor's weed was like. Was it sufficiently dank? Would I encounter calamities upon imbibing it?
Yeah, you had to pursue.
I had to pursue.
To know.
My only choice was to pursue. I couldn't make him come to me. That weed was never going to get into my hands if I didn't pursue. And, you know, it's pretty good stuff.
I don't know.
However,
I don't know.
It comes at a high price.
I believe they have. I believe they have. Do they have DoorDash for weed yet? Or are we
They
not there
do,
yet?
actually. You have to have a medical card still where I live. Like, you have to already go to the place and sign up and get the thing and see a doctor and shit. But if you have one, then yes, you can call the place and they'll drive weed to your house. But it takes a while.
So in theory,
and
you
it's
could have
expensive.
actually. In theory, you could have actually. You could have Joe skated.
Oh, shit!
And actually made the head doctor come through.
Very true. I could have, actually. But, you know, I was already in my car. I was already there. It's like, yo, I'm already at the Higashikata estate. I don't know, man. Anyway, the point is, I have been encountering hella calamities recently, and I don't know if as a result of the head doctor weed, but I would like to fictionally say yes, it is. I keep hitting my shin on things like an unnatural amount of times this past week, like in various places, like getting out of my car, I'll smack my shin on the door.
For lore purposes, we're saying it's the head doctor's fault.
It's the head doctor's fault. I keep minorly injuring myself. When I was delivering food the other day, I turned around to go walk back to my car, and I waved to the person. I said, "Thanks, you have a good night." And I turned around, and they had a tree right there, and I was like, yeah, you know, normal tree, just walking underneath it. I did not realize there was like a big gnarly fucking branch that had been trimmed but not totally cut from the tree, so it was like just hiding there among the low leaves, and it fucking knocked my hat off and scraped me in the head as I went by, and I was like, ow, shit, I didn't know there was a low-hanging branch like that. And then later, I was brushing my hair that night when I got home, and I was like, why does this hurt so much? And I realized it's because it, like, left a fucking gash on my head. And I had, like, a little scab there that I was now attacking with a hairbrush. So just several things happened that were painful and inconvenient, and it's because I was smoking on the head doctor's dank there. So there's that.
But how was it, though?
Oh, dude, super good. Fucking literally just before the podcast I went out and smoked a bowl, and it was really nice. This is going to be a very chill and laid back and imaginative episode of the Locacacast.
So it was worth the pursuit.
Yeah, I think it was. Also, I sent you the image of the I'll put this up for the people so they know I'm not lying, because I feel like
make sure
that ties the story together.
They got the proper context for this as well.
It ties the story together that I took a picture of the fucking thing. Oh man, I took a picture of the sticker on the package too that said head doctor, but it says like my name and my patient number, so I can't post that. Anyways, how was your month? My month was filled with calamities and many a bowl of weed.
My month was more or less the same. I've been doing the gacha thing some more. News on the gacha front is a really good character for Golem, which is one of the boss hunts. And the boss hunts are basically like where you get all your high level equipment from. So a really good Golem unit just got buffed. Or actually, no, not buffed. She got a specialty change, and what that is basically like you do a bunch of quests, and then like you get a powered up version of the unit,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I did that. I'm working through her skill tree now. Um, I'm at plus 28 for that, so two more levels in her skill tree, and she'll be maxed out. Um, so that's cool. Uh, Also, yesterday, I took my car in for service because the check engine light was on, and like
Mm.
that would be really bad if like I had to do that once classes actually start back up again.
Mm-hmm.
I have to find time during the week for that. So took my car in. It
How
took
did that go?
the whole morning, and it took the whole morning and into the afternoon. But I got it all sorted. So
Nice, nice.
yeah.
What ended up, what'd you pay for? What'd they fix?
Let's see. It was like
I need to take my car in as well.
200. It was like 200 something. Um, what they did was they gave me an oil flush and an oil change, and they fixed the God, what is it? The air filter on the for the engine. And they told me that my cabin air filter was also dirty. But like I wasn't noticing a drop in air quality in the cabin, so I thought, you know what, I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that when that actually becomes a noticeable problem.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that too. Sometimes they'll take it out and show it to you, and they're like, it's getting kind of dirty, man. That's not racist. I was just being funny. Um, it's
I
normally it's an older
and
fat white guy.
the crazy thing is like they also like it seems like they did a lot like they did other stuff that like I didn't even like they didn't even charge me for. Like they
Mm-hmm.
topped off my my wiper fluid, which was empty. Um, they fuck, what else did they do?
But he'll be like, it's getting kind
God,
of
I
dirty, man. And I'm like, you know what? I think it looks fine, actually. Thanks for taking it out to show it to me, so I know that you're trying to cheat me here.
oh no, but they were great. If I hadn't come in like while everybody was at lunch, like this probably wouldn't have taken like so long. Yeah.
Mm. But that's nice. You got good
But
service. They do that stuff to keep you coming back to them specifically.
yeah, yeah, they put a little sticker up that says that I should come back in like uh,
5,000 miles.
April 19th, I believe.
Oh, a
Yeah.
specific date. Oh, it's estimated when you're going to hit that
Yeah,
mileage?
it says April 19th, and it's got like a mileage count as well. So it's like by this date or by this mileage, whichever comes first, probably. But it's like I'm not one for like the regular checkups. Like I'll come when like there's when like it's telling me that there's a problem. But like
Oh, man. If you really changed
I
your
got
oil every
I
like
got
5 to 8,000 miles, you'd extend the life of your car.
uh I don't know.
I mean, I'm conscious of that because I drive an older car. I drive a 2003 Toyota Avalon, and it's got 226,000 miles on it right now, and I'm driving it into the grave. Like that car and I are soul bonded, and I will drive it until it can drive no more. I'm gonna milk every last mile out of it. So I'm conscious of that because I'm trying to milk every last mile out of an older car. So I'm getting my oil changed frequently to prolong its life.
Yeah, mine is newer, so I'm not sure if like
What
that's
year car
as
do you
much of a
drive?
problem for me. I believe it's a 2019 or
Goddamn.
2018. Yeah, so it's pretty new.
I drive the car that my mom used to drive me to high school in, and I feel cool about it, even though it's like an old mom car. It's like inherited things are cooler than things I would go get out there and get for myself. I like inheriting stuff. Like, I use my dad's wallet still. Anyways. Oh, another thing about my month.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Due to the head doctor weed, I was affected by calamity after calamity, and I was not able to watch Sun Vendetta like I was supposed to. Sorry.
Well, that's fine because we can just watch it together right now, you know?
Really?
And then we'll be able to have like our raw takes or your raw takes. I've watched it a couple of times.
Really? For realsies?
Yeah, but also like this is it's kind of also like how we do the chapter discussion in a way, because like, you know, we go page by page, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can just watch through and give our takes as we go.
Wow. This is great. This is the best Locacacast ever. It's a Locacacast miracle. Alright. I'm going to move the window over. I'm going to make sure the people can see it. Or should I do that? Are they watching along at home?
Yeah, you can go ahead and put that up, you know?
Yeah, they should be able to see this. Alright, Sun Vendetta. Here we go. Let me know when you want to hit play on this shit. We'll synchronize.
Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1, start.
Alright, I think I got it exactly. This content is not intended for children. That's Shizuka! That's awesome! Ooh.
Yeah, we got the Mayan calendar here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
La sangre vuelve.
La sangre vuelve?
I don't know how to say that either. I just...
The blood...
Okay. Sweet. Like the atmosphere so far. This is honestly a pretty impressive, like, sweeping shot. It's a lot of background to draw.
1997. This is 2 years before Part 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. The curvature of the ground is, like, super exaggerated. The thick black outlines on these motherfuckers. Ooh, the dark shading. That guy looks like Q from Street Fighter.
Yes, yes, yes. Tonight we changed the course of recorded history, my friend. The clue we're searching for is in that crypt. I know it.
He's got Whole Horse's hat on.
Oh, dude, that is Whole Horse.
Can you see? Even the weather is on our side tonight. This unusually high amount of rainfall and inhospitable cold have effectively cleared the Zocalo of
But
any
he's
potential
kind of
witnesses.
rated Jotaro's Part 4 wardrobe.
On the streets at this hour are those of the street beggars and drunks.
He's raiding Barry Manilow's wardrobe.
He's got the white coat on.
Yes, my friend.
He's got on
Fate
Part
is
4
guiding
Jotaro.
us.
Why didn't I think it was Whole Horse when I saw his cowboy boots and spurs?
My, my, my. How absolutely perfect. Just like I told you, yes? Not a soul in sight. Now, listen closely. We have 2 hours before the custodial team arrives. That should give us more than enough time to locate some clue about the artifact's whereabouts. The front doors are chained from the inside, so I had to... Wait, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
My friend, we don't have time to stand around admiring the architecture. I told you already, the front door is...
Fucking awesome. That was a great Emperor reveal. Cool. That looked great. The bullets piercing the lock. Yo, these backgrounds are, like, painted.
My friend, wait. How
Yeah,
did you...
yeah.
Did I miss something? Some trick of the hand, perhaps?
Oh, this is awesome.
No, I saw it clearly.
This guy
He
can't
most
see stands.
definitely had nothing in his
All right.
hands.
So
And yet
this
he
guy
somehow
clearly not a
shattered the
stand
chain and put 3 holes in the door.
Continuing the great JoJo tradition of the
What the devil is
spectator
going
slash
on?
commentator character.
Also, nice callback to the
I
fact
really
that
must thank you, my
Emperor
friend.
isn't
Indeed,
visible
it's
to
quite
non-stand
fortunate
users.
that we crossed paths. For too many years, my life's work has been mocked by the Archaeological Society. They scoffed at my theory of an ancient and powerful race predating the Mesoamerican civilization.
The Pillar Man?
Beings who I believe handed great power and knowledge
Yeah,
to
we
our
going in there,
ancestors.
boy.
But of course, you already know all this. You sought me out after all. I must admit, I still don't know how you
I
found
like
me.
how horses
After
look,
we
though.
unearth the artifact, my disgraced reputation will finally be restored. Huh? Oh, yes, of course, to the crypt. Oh, wait for me, my friend.
He doesn't need the... Oh, I thought it was a cane. Never mind. Holy fuck, dude. This is crazy. So disgraced Pillar Man scientist and whole horse are going to
I must say,
do something.
You seem to be so familiar with this church, my friend. I myself have walked these halls hundreds of times, searching for clues. But they barred me from returning, saying I was a disturbance, a nuisance. Can you imagine that? Being banned from a church.
Oh, he's got the Part 5 chest.
I only mention this because I was
Look.
under the impression you'd never been down
Part 5
here
manga
before.
chest.
And yet you seem to know your way around here as though... Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Excuse me, my friend. We're here. This is it. The tomb of Juan de Zumara, the
Ooh, you can see his hair for a second.
Just a little bit of the Part 3 wheel shoulders going on
this
as
is
well.
perfect.
Yeah, I was going
Now,
to mention
my
that a
friend,
minute ago.
To better understand what it is we're looking for, let me review my diary.
Nice.
The tomb of Juan de Zumaraga, the first Archbishop of Mexico, named the protector of the Indians. He even built a school for the native
Alright, you're
girls.
gonna learn today.
Published the first book in the Western Hemisphere, and later introduced chocolate to the Europeans.
Yo.
But the reason we are here in this crypt is because Zumaraga had secretly discovered an ancient artifact.
Yeah,
In
Rice
protecting
Pirate
the
did his
natives,
research.
He was often at odds with the Spanish officials, who eventually banned him from all communication. But Zumaraga continued to write letters in confidence, found
This is
only
JoJo-y as
after
hell.
his death. Now, as you likely know, some Mesoamerican pyramids
Tied in
were
with
built
real-life
in
events.
layers, much like the nested Russian Matryoshka dolls. And when the Spanish invaded what is now Mexico City, they tore apart the sacred temples brick by brick. But the core temple at the heart of the pyramid
yeah.
was impervious to damage. Their tools and their efforts were useless. But it was in the core that Zumaraga writes of a magnificent discovery, an ancient relic, ancient even by their standards. The natives warned Zumaraga that it possessed great power, but was imbued with an even greater evil.
Evil.
In an effort to enlighten the local tribe, he dedicated time over many years to dispelling the superstition, but his studies of the relic were fruitless. And so, nearing his death, not fully understanding its purpose or origins, he would not destroy it, but instead would hide it from the eyes of heaven and all
Eyes of
mankind.
heaven?
Studying his letters,
Stare
I have
right at the
reason to
camera.
believe the relic he writes of is in fact a direct link to an ancient civilization. A race of beings that in 1938, a covert group of Nazi scientists called
Wow.
the Pillar Men.
Yo! That's
Name
Santana.
drop.
Now we're just
Oh,
cutting
this is
directly
totally
to the
like
show?
from the actual anime.
Tied
But it
in!
is Zumaraga's final letter that haunts my mind, as it ends in what I believe is a riddle. Only when the grace of God no longer looks upon me shall I reveal the path to this relic. A bizarre statement for sure, especially from such a holy man. Unless, of course, it is simply just a turn of phrase expressing impossibility, like when hell freezes over or when pigs fly. What in the devil could it mean? He will only reveal the path when the grace of God no longer. Whoa! Whoa!
You gotta do it. Whoa, dude. When the grace of
You
God
gotta
no
turn
longer
away
looks
those
upon me.
eyes.
He's gonna rise out of there. And he's gonna be vampirified.
A secret path.
Oh no.
My God, of course.
Ah.
No longer looks upon me. Impressive. I've been trying to solve that riddle for years. Ugh. My friend, completely inconceivable. How could he possibly have known?
That music track.
What is this place?
Ni puedo
More
planear.
stairs, descending even deeper.
How's your Spanish, Zach?
How much further
Not
could this
that good.
possibly go? It's seemingly endless. Water. This must be from the flooding beneath Mexico City. Ah, there you are, my... Dios mío! That's it up ahead! The core temple! This cave appears to be man-made and infested by glowworms. Arachnocampa luminosa, found only in a few places in the world.
Glowworms.
I believe New Zealand has caves sharing this phenomenon. In fact, during World War I, soldiers in the trenches would fill bottles with glowworms in order to see. My apologies. I have a habit of getting carried away. I tend to speak at length when I'm nervous, or when I'm angry or excited. This is it, my friend. Our fate lies just ahead. I'm right here. Right behind you.
I
You
don't
see
remember
it?
if that piece is from JoJo or if that's original.
Damn it! Damn
The
it!
one with
damn
all
it.
the chimes.
It's a warded sarcophagus. During religious wars, they were once used by high priests who would volunteer to lock themselves inside these stone coffins, along with ancient texts and holy relics. And to ensure their safety, they were locked from the inside.
Oh shit.
There are few men more admirable and more foolish than those devoted to religion. That's it. This stone box can't be opened, not from the outside. We'll have to plan our next opportunity to return to safety. Damn it, my friend! Are you even listening? Enough talk. Why would you do this to me? I won't pretend to understand your abilities, but I was certain our goal was the same. You promised I would have my prize. And you will.
Boy. He's boy-handing it.
It's got to tap into the correct boy dimension.
He's gonna hit the nut button. How the fuck did he do that?
I don't know.
That old man needs to put on the damn stone mask.
And there it is.
Continuar. God damn.
Okay, mute here.
Oh, okay,
Make sure you
muting
mute.
it now. Muting. And I'm just gonna watch the credits with no music. Great. Hey, Gregzilla worked on this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, yeah, wow.
Okay. You can see the arrow here. You can see the anchor from JoJo's hat. Stone mask up here.
Where am I looking? Oh, no, yeah, okay. Man, that was really cool. I am curious to see where that's gonna go. Hey, Tom Fulp. Cool. Shoutouts to Tom Fulp. Shoutouts to Newgrounds. Yeah, we got the stone man. Oh, there's the red stone of Asia. Yeah, there's the anchor, and there's a peace sign as well.
The peace sign from yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, I did not realize that Whole Horse was going to be in this. I thought it was going to
Watch
be...
this.
Okay, should I
With
unmute
JoJo.
for this? Oh, JoJo.
No, we're good. So yeah, that was Blood Sun Vendetta Chapter 1.
Pretty cool.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
I'm disappointed there was no stand battle. You know, there was only one stand doing stuff by itself. There was no other stand to fight, not yet at least. But everything that was there I really liked. I was not expecting to see a Whole Horse.
Let me really I'm gonna really quick. I'm gonna go on Google Translate and see if I can find a translation for what was it? No puero gladium.
Ne puedo gladium. So I'm pretty sure it was Latin then, actually. Never give dangerous tools to someone who is untrained to use them or too immature to understand the damage they can do. It's like an idiom. Ne puedo gladium. Don't give a sword to a boy. So it is Latin. That's cool.
In Latin, according to Google Translate, no puero gladium translates to no child knife.
No child knife. Ne puedo gladium is never give dangerous tools with a. That's really cool. I learned a lot of Latin in high school, but I didn't learn that.
Let me check. Let me check because I missed it earlier. What the song at the ending was, just so we can mention what that was. Delinquent Habits. That was Delinquent Habits with Tres Delinquentes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was really cool. I'm excited to see more of it. Man, I really liked they did a good job mimicking the art style. Like when they were showing the Pope guy and he had the JoJo nose, and then also Whole Horse had like the wheel shoulders, but not really like part 3 super much. He had it sort of like part 4 style, which is very cool. It's like near when this takes place. Anyway, good job on that, Rice Pirate. I'm fucking stoked for episode 2.
Speaking of music that we can't play on this show, you gave me some mandatory listening last month.
Oh boy.
Just As Long As We're Together by Prince, and I took a listen to that.
I said it was a Josuke and Yasuo jam.
I kind of think it sounds like it inspired Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. Yeah, like the beat of it is like it's got that whole like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, kind of. And like the way it starts up, da-da-da-da-da-da, and it fucking like kicks off with it. Yeah, it sort of has the same like bouncy energy as Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town.
But it's great. I would give that 4.75 funky fresh beats out of 5.
Awesome, dude. I fucking really want to make at some point in 2090 when the JoJolian anime comes out. I want to make like a Josuke and Yasuo AMV with that song. It'd be really fun. Like you cut like when the song goes, I would like cut through like quick cuts of like every moment of their relationship, and then like I would use like all of the early ones, and then and right there I would cut to Yasuo with the band-aids seeing Josuke again for the first time. I have a whole like every time I listen to that song I think about the AMV that I'm going to make in 60 years when when the footage is available. Every time I imagine it.
Well, you could always make an MAD, which is the same thing but with manga panels instead.
I suppose so, but even then to do that I would have to I want to wait until JoJolian is done, because I'm picturing in my mind's eye when I picture this manga music video, I think of like the ending part being like where the music fades out. That's like Josuke and Yasuo at the end of the story riding off into the sunset. which hasn't happened yet, and I don't have those panels, but I'm imagining what they will look like and how I will use them. I can't. Jojolian is like kind of a love story a little bit. I don't think there's a huge risk of Josuke and Yasuo not being together at the end. I don't know. What do you think? Let's fucking get to the chapter, dude. I'm antsy.
I think
There's so much stuff I want to talk about.
yeah. Normally, this would be where we have comments and corrections if we had any comments and corrections from the previous episodes, but we don't. So let's get into the chapter.
Did Young
let's look at this
respond to
first
us
page.
saying you should come on the podcast?
Yeah, he said he just needs a new microphone and he'd love to be on the podcast. So Young, when you're ready,
Hit one of us up.
hit me up on hit one of us on Twitter and let us know.
Our Twitter handles are in every
Twitters
video right there. So if you want to come talk to one of us, you know where to find us.
So
Doors open.
let's check out that first page. Hey, Zach, did you know that Araki likes the work of Rene Magritte?
You know what? I did. I did know that. But like, I saw this page and my immediate first thought was like, wait, okay, so right there, right below him, like the main head doctor, directly to the left and in front of them, that's the Higashikata estate. Right there. That little like square,
It's
weird
also
shaped building. It's shaped like a lowercase T, but backwards.
It's also if you interpret these head doctors as like rather than being if you interpret it rather than the landscape being far away as these head doctors being physically large, it's also like shades of Attack on Titan here.
Haha, that's true. I didn't even think about it that way. Well, I saw the Higashikata
Attack
estate,
on Head Doctor.
and I was like, fucking, yo, this head doctor here, the main one, is obviously presiding over the Higashikata estate. So then where are all the other ones? And I was trying to work out like, okay, so then which one of these is standing at TG University Hospital? And then I realized, oh, none of them. It's just an effect. I was like trying to solve the mystery of like, okay, so then what does this mean? How many head doctors are there? No, they're just standing in midair, Zach. Don't overthink it. But anyways, I do like this this page. It's like you've got the main head doctor, and he's like looking out over his sentries across the town. But yeah, so fucking what happened last chapter? So the plane door fell out of the sky. Fucking Toru gave Yasuo
Zach,
an ultimatum. Okay, sure. The plane door fell out of the sky. Toru gave Yasuo an ultimatum and said, "You're gonna die next." Kei Nijimura walked from one room to the other. Josuke broke some glass.
Alright, I'm back. You're just doing the recap right now?
Yeah, just a little bit. So, a plane door fell out of the sky. Toru gave Yasuo an ultimatum and said, "You're gonna die first. The death order is gonna switch to you." Kei Nijimura receives a phone call and walks down a hallway. Josuke breaks some glass, breaks some more glass, tries to kick the head doctor in the head, and then gets his ankle fucked up, gets his shoulder fucked up, falls backward, gets injured. Kei Nijimura shows up, manages to strike one single blow on the head doctor. Josuke breaks his cane with the bubbles, and then they're sort of just standing there, like, triumphantly. And that brings us to this chapter right here. So we open on the cane breaking.
What is the true identity of the invisible soap bubbles?
Yeah, man, this chapter was fucking crazy and amazing and horrible, and I loved it, and I'm devastated, and it's insane. A lot of amazing things are happening right now. But
you see Josuke standing back. The first thing we open on is Josuke standing back up and turning back around and punching the rest of the Locacacast 6251.
We open on the cane breaking, and then Josuke. By the way, that shot of Josuke summoning Soft and Wet on the first page, fucking amazing. That's a great panel. Breaks more
and
glass.
We've moved from. It seems like we've moved from colditude lines to colditude clouds.
Colditude clouds. Indeed. Lines of colditude. I forgot about that. That's great. We gotta keep bringing stuff like that back. You know what I want to do? I want to go through... Hey, is this the 1 year anniversary of the podcast?
No. That was last month.
I thought we had our 10 episode,
we did,
but not
no,
yet 1 year.
No. We did a whole thing, Zach.
Did we?
Yep. Sang happy birthday to the podcast and everything.
Did we?
Or no, not happy birthday. We sang for He's a Jolly Good Podcast because, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That one's royalty free.
Yeah. I mean, we could have gotten away with it, but I suggested it because I like for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Hang on a minute. Oh, dude, I was in the line for Dutch Bros the other day. You know what Dutch Bros is? It's like a coffee and smoothie place. I needed some coffee, so I was in the line. And this guy I know from work, Joey, pulled up next to me. He doesn't work at the restaurant anymore, but he used to. And he gave me his hat. He was like the manager that trained me. And when I didn't have a hat on my first day, he took the hat off his head and gave it to me. And I was like, wow, nice guy. So he was next to me in line at Dutch Bros. Like, you know how when there's 2 fast food lines, there's like 2 rows of cars? He was next to me. And he rolled down his window and he was like, hey, man. And we just shouted from car to car at each other for like the whole way through the line. We just had a full-ass conversation. And it was great. And he said, how's the podcast going? And I was like, I forgot. I told this guy I had a podcast because, like, in my mind, he had already exited my life before the podcast really began. But I was like, no, holy shit, I've been doing it for a year now. So, of course, Joey would know about it. Of course, I would have mentioned to him I was doing a podcast. But yeah, it was crazy. It was just like I interacted with somebody who's already, like, recent history. And even that person was like, hey, man, how's it going, guy who does the podcast? I was like, holy shit. Anyway. But yeah, no, you were right. December 2019 to December 2020. That was our 1 year anniversary of the podcast. But I was thinking that it was this one because this is episode 12. That was where I was confused.
Yeah,
but we had those months
off.
Iraqi
takes hiatuses.
Right,
sometimes.
You are, sir.
So
right, you are.
You gotta account for those.
Of course. Anyways, so Josuke's breaking Mo glass.
Although, if we translate, one podcast to one actual month, this would technically be 12 months of a podcast. Mm-hmm. So for 1 year.
So what? This is like 3 episodes in a row now. We've had a milestone. We had the 10 episode and then the 1 year and now the 12 episode. Let's just keep inventing milestones.
And the official 1 year, and then the actual 1 year.
Thank you for tuning in to the official, unofficial
podcast.
Anniversary podcast episode. But yeah, Josuke's breaking Mo glass, and then he has a motherfucking little, he has some sort of thing come out and pierce the clouds of colditude fog.
Yeah, these invisible bubbles.
Yeah.
I believe they're supposed to be invisible. That's why they have the little dotted line on them.
Right. They are not rendered with thick, complete outlines like normal bubbles, and they don't have stars. So they're invisible then, I guess. But the thing is...
Well, even most of his visible bubbles don't seem to have stars anymore.
Well, some of them do. Yeah, I don't know. Most of them don't. So we can't count on that. Anyways, he seems to be confused because these invisible bubbles are just firing off seemingly without his notice. He looks up and he's like, huh? And the head doctor goes, ah. So he can't predict them either. And then we get some more Beyond the Grave dialogue from Mamazuku. Now, here's where I have a question.
Yeah, I believe this is okay. So I believe where he's saying, Josuke, you're soft and wet soap bubbles. Something about them that you haven't even realized. This part is like he's remembering what he was saying.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Rather than this is something he's saying new.
I was going to say, what is the nature of this dialogue from Mamazuku? Is this merely Josuke remembering and recontextualizing and expanding upon the things Mamazuku already said? Or is this, like, the ghostly dialogue you hear as his ghost floats away?
I think he has dialogue later
Right.
in this that actually
Yeah,
is
I'm
new.
sort of getting to that.
But this
This
part
part's
here is
definitely just
I
a
believe he's just
recontextualize.
remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he stands up, he faces down
Also
HD. Yeah.
check out the spin lines on the bubble
Yeah,
in
dude,
this panel that
I
says
can't believe
that
I
they
was about
form
to not
spherical.
mention that.
Like look at like this is the outline that is spinning.
Yeah.
So even that one line is also spinning.
Not only is it spinning, it's
It's
also
spinning
rotating.
on two different axes.
It's got rotational energy, dude. That's the first time Araki has drawn the spin rotational energy lines in like so fucking long. Since Johnny shot himself with the in the head earlier in this part. Since then, dude. Amazing. Okay, so he stands up and he faces down the head doctor, and the head doctor's got a head wound. And then he starts babbling on about a world following the interconnected chain of logic, which is very cool because that's what I've been saying for a minute. Like it's like exactly like feng shui in part 6 with Dragon's Dream, or the flow that Norisuke was talking about at the fruit parlor. It's not necessarily just like if you attack me, calamity. It's like there is a flow to everything in the world, and my stand's ability doesn't do anything in the physical world. It merely overrides the flow and changes where it's going. I can change the flow, which then changes things in the physical world. But it's like attributing that to an interconnected chain of logic. That's like exactly what I was saying about with like feng shui and shit. Like it's the much like how you would place certain furniture elements in a room in a certain way to give it like a nice flow. You could place yourself in a certain place in a situation to ensure that you either, you know, get out of it unscathed or greatly benefit or whatever. He can see the flow and he knows where he need to be to get the maximum benefit. But anyways, it's cool that it's expanded to like, well, actually, my stand is just part of this larger concept.
And like you said earlier, he's able to eliminate the safe spots.
Right, he's able to eliminate the safe spots for everyone but himself. And he's able to replace them with high danger spots for everyone. But yeah, so he's trying to reason out how this is possible.
Then we unfortunately come to this part pissed me off.
Yeah, I said
full disclosure, I haven't read anybody else's reactions to this. You are the first person I'm talking to about this. You're the first person I'm hearing your reactions to on this. So
I mean, I was okay. Here are my literal thoughts.
Let's talk.
First couple pages. Unheard of calamities. I'm like, okay, cool. Josuke's breaking the glass. Ooh, invisible bubbles. This is great. Ooh, he's talking to Mamazuku. He's learning about his ability. Oh yeah, this cannot be. Yeah, it can't, motherfucker. You're gonna get wounded. We're gonna defeat you. Josuke, okay, what's she here to say? No! No! Fuck! Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Why? Are you joking? And then I flip to the next page, and then already her stand is crumbling, and I was so fucking heartbroken, dude. My fucking world was turned upside down. And she falls forward onto it like it's so brutal. They brought Nijimura back just to walk from one room to another. What the fuck?
He literally brought her back to kill her off.
God damn you. Like everything that we were talking about last month. This is such a release for me. I've been holding this in since yesterday. Everything that we were talking about last month, where I was like, is she gonna ride the motorcycle? Well, now not. Now nothing ever. Now it's nothing, man. Now it's all.
And so much for my theory that her stand was a hard counter to the head doctor as well.
Yeah, fuck. I mean,
so much for my fucking theory.
So much for anything, man. Like the whole this chapter shortened Jajolian by a lot for me. My estimation. I don't know if Jajolian's as long as I thought it was.
Also, make sure she walks in just far enough to collapse and die right next to Mamazuku for maximum feel effect.
God damn it. God damn everything. But like, fucking everything that I was saying, like, oh yeah, now she's joined the team to replace Mamazuku, and now it's gonna be like Josuke Yasuo and Katie
Oh,
Jimura.
oh no, no, bitch,
No,
you thought?
bitch,
Bitch, you
you
thought?
thought? God damn it! It's just so infuriating, and it made me so upset. I was like, why would you do that? But I mean, it's from Yasuo, and she drops the phone. It's good last words. And like her stand is just crumbling so
The
hard,
problem,
so
the,
fast.
I feel
Mamazuku,
like
we didn't even see his stand crumble. We didn't see Speed King crumble.
like my big problem with this is she hasn't spent enough time with the team for her death to actually have the same impact as like Mamazuku or God forbid fucking God Yasuho,
Well,
right?
I would agree, except that I think that her one action has a significant amount of impact. She shows up when Josuke is at his lowest point. He has no more allies, and he doesn't know anything. You know, he doesn't really know that his battle in the hospital is pointless, and that he needs to get to the estate and help Yasuo. Kei Nijimura comes in and strikes the head doctor, showing him that he's indeed vulnerable. Josuke goes, oh, finally, help! And then, you know, she dies, but he gets the information that what I actually need to do is go help Yasuo. So her action was important. It was vitally important that she got that information to Josuke. And also her showing up to help him and then not really being of much help forces Josuke to do it himself. You know, it forces him to grow up and like learn what Mamazuku's trying to tell him about the spin and about his powers.
If only Josuke didn't smash all those vials of the serum.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, how are we gonna heal her? How are we gonna get her that serum?
Well, you did say that the head doctor picked up a vial.
When
He's
I
got
do remember
one
saying
vial.
that, but where did he do that again?
That was the previous chapter where he bent down and he reached for the vial.
Mm. And I was saying this means he has one now. Don't forget. I remember saying that. I just want to go find the panel one more time.
So yeah, keep in mind he's got exactly one vial. That's enough to heal one wound. There are two people wounded here.
Yep.
Well, three, but two people gravely wounded.
Oh no, yeah. Here you go. This is the panel. He reached down and he touched it. So I'm pretty sure that means he's got it. All right. Anyways, so yeah, he may have the ability to heal one wound, which is the amount of wounds he has. But does he want to become Rocky? Does that even happen to rock people?
Well, no. I'm talking about he has the opportunity to potentially save one of these two.
Yeah, but he wouldn't want to
Save
do that. He
one of your
considers
allies.
these jobs well done. Oh, you mean if Josuke gets it back from him?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm talking about if Josuke gets it back.
All right, potentially. But so this is what he's saying here. It is absolutely not possible. Overcoming the flow of calamity cannot happen. But if something that does not exist in this world does exist somewhere, if there exists something perhaps that is not affected by the logic of this world, so that tells me
perhaps if a one-dimensional object were to take up space in this world.
But he says they're spinning, you say? The soap bubbles, could it be? So this is kind of confirmation that the thing that is able to counter the head doctor is the spin, you know? The rotational energy. It spins the flow back around to where it came from. Like when Mamazuku attacked the fucking head doctor and sliced his own braid off. That's the spin right there. It spun his own attack back at him, but he missed, so he only got his braid. But anyways, that's the fucking, like, you remember Johnny could use, like, the infinite spin and keep you in one place forever? Josuke's not that developed, but he can at least use the spin to reverse a basic flow. Johnny Joestar used the spin to reverse the flow of countless situations. I don't know. But I mean, there was a whole thing about, like, you know, the flow always moves in this direction, and the flow will always be a calamity. The spin, this, like, extra dimensional fucking force that is like a one-dimensional object taking up space. The spin is, like, for all intents and purposes, not supposed to be in this part. You know, Toru didn't count on fighting the spin.
So
he didn't count on fighting Hamon. He didn't prepare for that. He's only prepared for stand combat.
We got Pokemon Flow and Pokemon Spin.
Yeah, dude. So this is like, I like the thing that...
The spin is exclusive to this game.
I like the thing that...
But what if it were in this game? Well, that would break everything.
Something that is not affected by the logic of this world. That reminds me of, have you seen Berserk? There's a part in Berserk.
I am vaguely familiar with Berserk, but you'll probably have to tell me about that part.
Do you know about the eclipse?
I am vaguely familiar with the eclipse. What about the eclipse?
So the eclipse happens, and everybody gets sacrificed, and it's this brutal, horrible thing. Only, like, 2 people escape. Guts and Casca. And then Griffith gets to leave because he's now a Band of the Hawk. He's a god hand now. So Griffith is like a god, but he's not on Earth anymore. He's no longer human. So only 2 humans make it out. Guts and Casca. And it's because they're saved by Skull Knight. And Skull Knight is this big fucking dude on a horse, and he's wearing, like, a skeleton suit of armor. And he talks in this, like, I don't know. He talks like a cosmically old being on, like, a mission that you know nothing about that's, like, gonna take longer than your life. Anyway, but the point is, he says, like, causality, the flow of events in this world, is like a river. And no matter who you are, you can't fight against the flow of the river. You know, it pushes you. You can, like, swim against it for a while, but you will be pushed to your destination. Or to your destiny, to your eventual doom. And Guts and Casca both have the brand of sacrifice on them. So for them, this represents... The river metaphor is like, you can run, but you can't hide. You know, like, the demons will find you. You have already been sacrificed. You have been marked for sacrifice. So for all intents and purposes, the payment is already done. You're completely on borrowed time. So it is your destiny to die and be killed by demons. But, you know, you can swim against the flow for a little while. But then, he says to Guts... Your survival was not predicted, though, so maybe it's more like you're the fish that's jumping up out of the river. You know? You're not some sort of, like, wow, you're the legendary chosen one. You're not affected by causality like the rest of us. You can do anything. It might just be that if you thrash and fight hard enough, you'll be able to jump up out of the river for brief moments and be unaffected by causality and escape the flow. And that's what I'm seeing here in the head doctor's dialogue. It reminds me of that. Like the fish jumping up out of the river. The one who escapes causality.
It's a little like Valentine swapping in for somebody for another Valentine from another universe, right?
In what way? What do you mean?
I don't know where I was going with that, honestly.
Well,
but you were talking about how hopping out of the stream as a fish was like escaping the calamity.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I feel you. So sort of Valentine, if he were to be in a bad situation and he sensed bad flow coming his way, he could just leave the universe for 5 minutes and come back. So he also has the ability to, like, escape causality for a time. You know what? Maybe that's also what Diavolo does. That's what Diavolo's power is. He's literally escaping causality.
That's literally what Diavolo does, is he removes himself from the flow.
Indeed. But anyway, we continue to the next page. Toru senses that he's bleeding. He feels his head, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta stop fighting this guy. So he slides down the wall at Yasuo, and he makes a direct pass. This is fucking awesome. When Josuke picks up the phone and Paisley Park shows up.
He's like, well, time to get going. Got to get what I came here for.
Yeah, because he starts
gotta get
bleeding.
out of here.
And I'm pretty sure this strikes me as like the first time this guy's ever been injured in a stand battle. Because he's like, what? This is not supposed to happen.
This is probably the first time this guy's been injured.
Yeah, maybe. Shit. I mean, he came out the. I was gonna say the womb, but he didn't. He came out the rock tomb.
Came out the beehive.
He came out the beehive already fully grown. I don't know. Anyway, this fucking next page where it has the panel of Josuke with Paisley Park together. It's so fucking cool. It's like he's got two stands now. Also, it doesn't look like Paisley Park has changed or gotten any new abilities.
I like that Paisley Park is looking more female. Like before, she was looking more androgynous, but now they've gone back to drawing her more feminine.
True. They're still keeping the robot arms, but they're trying to find like Araki's trying to find like a middle ground.
A happy medium, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of boring at the beginning when it was just a female silhouette, but I like what he's doing now. Anyway, he's calling Yasuo. She says, I know who the user is, it's Toru. Also, I saw a poll on Twitter that was like, how funny would it be if Josuke... Do you think Josuke is going to find out this chapter that Toru is the user of the head doctor? Because I think it'd be funny if he never found out. If he just defeated him without knowing. And I guess that guy was wrong because we found out right now, just then. So already the death of Kei Nijimura is softening to me a little bit. Because I'm like, okay, Josuke's on the phone with Yasuo successfully. And she's giving him all the information that we need. This is great. We're at least taking strides. We're taking big strides forward.
So this is actually a little like fucking Silver Chariot in that. Do you remember like everyone that was still alive during that part, except for like the three that actually survive at the end, gets killed during that fight?
Yeah.
You know, we got fucking Narantia gets tossed up on the fence post, and Bucciarati gets shot to death in his own body.
Yeah, and
Doppio. Bucciarati.
Doppio gets shot to death in Bucciarati's body.
Doppio gets shot to death in Bucciarati's body, but I believe Bucciarati is in Diavolo's body at the time.
Yeah. You know what JoJo collaboration needs to happen? Not with Gucci, not with whatever the other one was. It needs to be with Bugatti. And it needs to be Bucciarati driving the Bugatti. If he can put a Lamborghini in JoJolian, he can have Bucciarati drive a Bugatti.
1 second.
Telephone.
Sorry, I had to take care of something.
It's all good. So, we're on this page where Yasuo is giving Josuke the lowdown, as it were. And she's like, I know who the user is. I wanted to point out one great line on this panel. He impersonated a doctor to pose the university's hospital's head doctor. The head doctor and the enemy stand are one and the same. And then that same panel. He's been keeping up that charade for a long time now. I love that line from Yasuo. Because yeah, the fuck he has. Since chapter goddamn 83, dude. 21 chapters of who is the head doctor. Now we're there. It's beautiful to see. But I love her little remark. He's been keeping up that charade for a long time now. And then this fucking panel here. The last panel on this page where it's Josuke and all the previous things that have happened behind him. That's amazing. I love that Josuke connects the dots. He's like, so at the time he rolled the stretcher in front of us, weird shit he's been doing with Yasuo, he was driving the van. And then do you see in the background poor Tom with the fucking branch? And it's poor Tom like crying.
Which is
That's the moment that poor Tom was killed.
Just draw poor Tom one more time.
Yeah, like fucking poor Tom. If you'll remember, there was Dr. Wu Tomiki and somebody else in the van. Wu Tomiki wasn't the one driving it. And I was like, wait, who killed poor Tom? I mean, like, Wu Tomiki's stand doesn't fire lasers. I mean, he could have just sent a piece of himself out, and that was the thing we saw fired, but... Anyway, I can't believe it wasn't blatantly obvious sooner. I mean, it was that Toru was the head doctor, but I can't believe it wasn't blatantly obvious the first time we saw that he drives the hospital van. You know? It's like, hey, who is the other person in that hospital van? Next time we meet a character who drives the fucking hospital's van around, we're like, huh, I wonder. Amazing. But yeah, I think he killed poor Tom. I think it was a calamity. I don't think it was Wu Tomiki. And even if it was, I feel like it's cool.
To be fair,
I think Toru.
I think a big part of like the whole reason we suspected there was more to Toru than meets the eye was the fact that he has a character design, you know?
Yeah, true. He was going to be important one way or another. And it looks like it's another.
But then he drew that reporter with like a weird design.
Yeah,
and
true.
That turned out to be nothing. So
well,
I don't know
that
if we
was
can
Josuke's
trust
plan
character
to get the
designs
head
for
doctor
Iraqi
to
anymore.
come to him, which actually just resulted in the death of Momozuku and Kei Nijimura. Now that you think about it, that was a huge.
I don't know if we can trust character designs.
I don't know if we can either.
They're not really an indicator of importance anymore.
But yeah, so how do like fucking Mako-chan and her daughter had unique character designs, and they're never gonna show up again. Well, actually, they showed up one more time and paid off when it was the newspaper article that Jobin had killed these people, and then everybody found out. They paid off.
Well, also Mitsuba had a rather plain design when she was introduced as like, you know, just Jobin's wife and Tsurugi's mom, but then she later got a redesign to make her more in line with, you know, JoJo characters, and that was when she became more significant.
Indeed. So character designs do still mean something. But yeah, so this next page, if we kill the user, then these calamities will end, and then the head doctor walks into the wall away from Josuke. Do you think, like I do, that the way that Yasuo is not going to die is that they'll just kill Toru?
One second.
God damn it!
I'm sorry for all these interruptions. Sorry, just whole big thing today.
Okay, so check this out. The head doctor walks into the wall. If we kill the user, then these calamities will end. Do you think, like I do, that the way Yasuo is not going to die is that they're gonna just kill the head doctor in time? You know? Like, this plane door is falling from the sky, but if they manage to murk Toru within the next, 35 seconds, then, we'll be good. Then it won't matter. There will be no calamities to affect her anymore. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna...
I mean, that seems to be... he created the calamity in the first place.
Yeah.
So...
Anyway. Fucking... I think that's gonna be the goal. Just speed kill this guy. And then... Toru says a bunch of crazy stuff. I'm calling off eliminating Josuke. That's crazy because he this is him being like, okay, like the mission has gotten too big. Let's make it small again. Let's make this manageable. I need to accomplish my goal and get the fuck out of here. And that's a really smart move from a villain.
I don't know what's going on over there, but I don't want to fuck with that guy right now.
I've never seen a
He's
villain.
got shit I ain't
I've never seen a villain like have the presence of mind and the not a huge ego enough to, like, the hero starts winning and they're like, whoa, shit! I just realized I can accomplish my goal without fighting you. I don't want to, because of that. You might hurt me, so I'm just not gonna.
I mean,
that's a smarter move for me.
There's like a sort of smaller. Well, there's like sort of in the same vein as this, as when Dio realizes that Josuke, or no, not Josuke, fucking Jotaro can move in the stop time, is he takes a different approach to fighting him. You know, he realizes, holy shit, this guy is actually dangerous.
True. And this is Toru taking a different approach in his own way. But he's like, I'm just going to go ahead and collect the Locacacast now. Just give it to me. And then Yasuo makes a split-second decision to grab the pot and scream, run, to Josuke. And then, amazing panel. What the fuck is this? Do you see? He left the room, and then Josuke's arm is grabbed by like several of his fallen comrades. Do you see this? What the fuck?
Hold on, sorry. You skip forward a few pages. All right, there we go. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see it.
What the hell is up with that? Mamazuku's hands and Kyo Nijimura's hands are grabbing him spiritually from beyond the grave, even though they're not really doing that. Also, do we not do the thing in JoJo anymore where we get to see a character's spirit float off into the sky and say goodbye to them? Is that too, like, old style and cartoony for us now? We don't get that anymore? People just die on the floor?
I couldn't answer that, Zach, but like this part right here is basically Bucciarati going into the sky and being like, "Yo, here's how you win. Here's how you beat the villain."
Man, Bucciarati doesn't even say that. He just says, "Chill out, Giorno. It's okay. I'm just going back to what I once was." And then he blows away and becomes clouds. He doesn't even give Giorno advice on how to win the fight. He's just like, "It's okay, bro. Death's a part of life. I've known this was coming for a while. I'm just returning to the ether."
He's like, lol, figure it out.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't worry about me, bro. Just focus. I'm cool. I'm chilling." But anyway, fucking his arms are grabbed by the comrade's arms spiritually, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean exactly, but Josuke, listen, the head doctor's attempting to leave the room right now. So this is something I really, really like about JoJo. This is something that's been going on since part 1. The concept of your main character, or just any character, your character is changed by the people around them. You know, like as they go on through the story, very much often those who die along the way, the fallen, end up having aspects of themselves reflected in those who lived on. You know, like example.
I would like to point out.
Sure.
These are not speech bubbles. These are not speech bubbles. These are thought bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
Mamazuku is now communicating telepathically with Josuke.
So I was gonna say, you know, like all the way back to part 1 when Zeppeli realizes that he's gonna die, but he walks forward anyway and he saves Jonathan and then gives Jonathan the rest of his hamon. From that point onwards, Jonathan sort of like matures and is now like carrying the legacy of Zeppeli with him. And that's the first time it happens in the series. But constantly, like part 2 is a much, much stronger example. Joseph gets the last of Caesar's hamon, and from that point onwards, he's wearing the headband, and also you feel that, like, he's now carrying the weight for Caesar as well, who, like, couldn't accomplish his mission. Now he needs to pull the weight of 2 main characters. And then, like, you know, Josuke, as part 4 goes on, becomes more like Jotaro, and he's able to, like, handle his shit. He's less of an immature kid. Giorno, as he goes on, is, like, a stronger gangstar. I don't know if Giorno really picks up aspects from the Fallen. Maybe he kind of does. But anyway, it's that element of, like, the people who guided you here live on within you, you know? They're alive in your memories and in your heart. So that's actually what I think this is from Mamazuku. I don't even think that this is supernatural, talking from beyond the grave. I think this is literally, like, do you remember when Mamazuku was introduced to the story and he would always give probabilities? Where did that go? I missed that. Maybe he was unable to calculate them anymore after the head doctor showed up because nothing made any sense. But do you remember when he was like, we have a 64.3% chance of survival, but it'll raise to 75 if we get up on that tree. He was very analytical, and he's definitely the kind of person who would have the insight. Yo, if he's attempting to leave right now, then there's a reason from that. He must be afraid, and like extrapolate on that. So I think actually that this is Josuke internalizing Mamazuku's method of thinking and dealing with the situation and carrying it on with him into the future. I don't even think this is supernatural. I think this is just Josuke carrying an element of the Fallen.
Have you ever seen the original Transformers movie? Like the 1986 animated Transformers movie?
No, but I did watch H Bomber Guy's 40-minute video about it, and so I sort of know stuff about it. I know
Okay.
about the part where Optimus Prime
So
dies, and then fucking
yeah,
they christen the
yeah,
new one, but he's like, I'm not even good enough to be
did you?
like an Optimus tech person.
Yeah, yeah, no. So okay, so you know about the scene where Hot Rod like lifts up the fucking the MacGuffin, whatever it is,
Yeah,
and he hears Optimus's voice saying to him, "Now rise, Rodimus Prime."
Rodimus Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, so well that was Optimus speaking to him, and like this reminds me of that, you know?
Mm-hmm. There's a voice from beyond the grave communicating something that, like, they don't necessarily need to be alive to say. If they were alive, they would say it. So it's like you can hear them in your mind. Anyway, I think this is really cool advice from Mamazuku. Advice from the concept of Mamazuku. Mamazuku's ideas and way of thinking are still around. And they're within Josuke.
The essence.
The essence.
The essence
The
of doggy style.
The distilled essence of doggy style. But yeah, so then he figures out, even if there are invisible things, I can't control them. And if I pursue the head doctor even for an instant, more effects of the calamity will appear. Da-da-da. The lines are spinning. It's because they don't exist in this world. Again, this is a story that's not supposed to have spin in it, but Josuke has, like, hacked it in from another generation. Like when you're playing with Pokemon that aren't naturally found in the wild, but they are in the national dex, so you can technically encounter them. You, like, play with a randomizer. He has hacked in skills and options that are not supposed to be in this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's powerful Pokemon that you can't get in like fucking one version, but you trade with your friends, you get that in your decks, and it's like, well, now that's a game breaker.
Yeah, it doesn't exist in this world, and it can surpass it. Next page. Yasuo, terrified, asks what's gonna happen to her, and then he said, this page is fucking awesome. Toru is just talking mad shit, being like, you're gonna die, I don't care, just give me the pot so that it doesn't get swept up in your calamity.
Why does he look like he's about to fucking breakdance, though?
Why does he look like he's about to do the torture dance at her? He's about to drop the most fire mixtape of
look at this dude.
Of 2011.
Look at this dude. Just he's fucking styling on her.
Oh, no golden wind. Anyway, so this fucking page is awesome. He's talking mad shit to her, and then Joshu, who we haven't seen all chapter, I forgot he was even still here. He's just right there, and he's like, yo, what the fuck? Who are you to talk to Yasuo like that? And then he screams, anybody who talks down like that to Yasuo-chan is my enemy. And Toru, you just sit down. Why don't you just take a nap or sit there in bewildered silence? That's amazing. That's a great line.
He's like, bruh, trust me. You want to stay out of this.
And then this shot of them, Toru looking down at him and Joshu looking up at him. It's like every once in a while they keep teasing us with the aspect of Joshu being like awesome and cool, and finally. Yeah, and he says, that means I'm gonna kill you, you asshole.
So hey. You know what this is?
What?
This is Polnareff on the staircase. He's looking up at the enemy.
Oh, I thought you meant in the Silver Chariot Requiem sense. No, yeah,
No.
in the part 3 sense.
No. I'm talking about part 3.
Yeah.
This is Polnareff on the staircase, trying to get up to where Dio is.
Yeah, and even more so because in a page or two here, Joshu is going to take some finger injuries, making him a little bit more like Polnareff after the Vanilla Ice fight, walking up the stairs at Dio. He's lost a couple fingers. Anyways, he goes at him with Nut King Call. He gets a couple fingies sliced, which is like, that's sad, but how are we going to correct that for the flash forward? And now it looks like he's got his hands on the pot.
He can reattach those. he can reattach those. He has Nut King Cole.
No,
Remember?
yeah, you're right. Fair play. Although one of the fingers isn't even deattached; it's just got a pretty big gash in it. Um, but yeah, Toru picks up the pot, which I didn't even realize it still had a fruit on it. It has that little tiny one. Anyways, so
Yeah, that's why he's actually still trying to get the pot because it's
although
got
there is a
one fruit.
there is a misconception here. A couple chapters ago, Toru said that he was like, doesn't even matter if they eat those ones, it'll grow more. Mamazuku said explicitly, this isn't going to survive the winter, this plant. It's going to grow like maybe one more and then that's it. So the fact that it's grown more than one is already a miracle, but I think that there's actually an information deficit between our characters. Toru doesn't realize the thing he's stealing is almost useless. Like, that little one might grow into a big one, but that's it. Like, that's the end of this thing. Anyways,
Yeah, I think like his plan is to like take this fruit, go into hiding for like 5 years, and cultivate more and start over basically.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, you could probably, using that one, try to take the seeds out and fucking plant it. Don't know. Anyway, she screams, Josuke, he just took the new Locacacast and something's falling from the sky right at me. You have to pursue him. Okay, this is the part where amazing shit starts to happen. Because, like, you know, I was excited about everything that was going on. Josuke is finally getting up to speed. The head doctor's running away. Toru's making big moves. Josuke's learning about the spin. But then this moment...
Can we talk about
Sure, go ahead.
talk about Yasuho in this panel where she says that something is falling from the sky? What is up with... look at this panel.
What? I'm looking
She
at
looks
it.
weird.
She kind of does look weird, but,
She's
you know...
like, she's got like her torso is like half as big as it should be actually.
Yeah, she sort of does look weird now that you mention it, now that I'm looking at it more. But,
Also in this panel you can see Joshu's baby arm.
yeah,
Towards the bottom.
Joe's little baby arm. It's adorable. But yeah, that plane door is getting pretty close. If you look at that aerial shot. But fucking look at this. Okay, so yeah, something's falling from the sky right towards me. Josuke is getting away. You have to take him down. Pursue the head doctor. Right after this, next page, that first panel, Josuke just like zooms out into the hallway. He does like a little slide to the side. And now look at this, dude. Fucking look at this. Do you see how Josuke... I mean, he's done this before. I bit my tongue. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, he looks like Johnny Joestar here.
Yeah, he does! He's done this before, where he fucking has kept a bubble on his finger, and, like, kept it loaded there. But this is the first time in the series that he has put his other hand and cupped it around the bottom of it and been treating it like a gun that he can, like... Because he shot a balloon out, like, from his finger with force before against poor Tom. But he didn't, like, really fucking make it like a gun, you know? Like, he looks like Johnny Joestar using Tusk! And he's spinning the bubble on his finger! It's amazing! I was so excited when I saw that. He's doing the Johnny Joestar thing. Like Johnny would do when he spun his fingernails. Which is exactly what Josuke's doing. He's spinning a bubble on the end of his fingernail. So this is great. This is like, now he has achieved synthesis with the previous JoJo. You know, I feel like there comes a point in each part. We should talk about this. There comes a point in each part where the JoJo becomes... They achieve synthesis with the previous JoJo and all JoJos that came before, their legacy. Like, Joseph, you know, he's introduced to the story. Well, I don't know. Probably when he kills Strizo. Jotaro, he's introduced to the story. We don't like him yet because he's some asshole in a prison cell who hates his mom.
I think for Joseph, it would be his first overdrive is when he becomes like Johnny. or no, like Jonathan
Jonathan.
rather.
Yeah, I think for him the bar is lower. But I mean, and it takes a minute for Jotaro to go from, oh, he's this weird new character to like, oh no, this guy embodies JoJo now. And then Josuke, we're introduced to him. He's kind of immature, and then he shapes up. Giorno, his one happens very early in the
No, no,
part.
no, no. Jotaro's Joseph moment is when he is during the Dark Blue Moon fight, where he says that there's a vein in that's only present in stand users' noses that's irritated by cigarette smoke, and then starts smoking, and then all the stand users present touch their noses, and he's like, "I lied. There is no vein. I just needed to see who was the stand user."
Yeah, that is like a synthesis moment. But I don't really have good examples for the early ones, but I wanted to say that Giorno has a very definitive one. You meet him and it's like, hey, what the fuck? Is this guy a criminal? You know, he's swindling people. He fucking stole Koichi's luggage. And then when Koichi sees him kneel down next to Super Mario, the janitor that got killed, and he sees the previous Joestars behind him, that's Giorno's synthesis moment. He's not some weird new character, he's a continuation of the legacy. He embodies all that came before. And then Jolene, we meet her, she turns her back on the legacy completely. She doesn't like it, she hates it. Then, you know, we see in the moment really that like she decides to fight for Jotaro and to like get his memory disk back, and like she's now okay, I'm invested. I'm part of the plot. Let's do this. That's like when she becomes synthesized with her JoJo ancestry. And then right here now, that's that for Josuke. Anyway, synthesis. He's doing the Johnny Joestar thing, which means he's embodying the legacy. But like, okay, so the next thing that happens though is actually the big kicker that I'm excited about. So he's got the thing on his finger, and he's like spinning it faster and faster. Head doctor turns around.
So, so what I want to see, like in the next chapter, is they back it up to when he actually starts to fire this soap bubble at him,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to see ghosts of Kei Nijimura and fucking Mamazuku on his sides, also
Mm-hmm.
holding onto the finger gun.
Dude, that would be crazy. Or dude, even for the chapter page, what if it was like a side-on view of like Josuke holding out the finger gun, and then like Kei Nijimura behind him putting her hand along the arm, and then Mamazuku from the other side, from the front. That'd be an amazing chapter page, even if just for the visual aspect. But they're different from the soap bubbles at your fingertips. I don't know exactly what everything means here, but you know, he spins the bubble fast enough and it turns invisible. I don't know. That's really cool. I'm not 100% sure how to interpret all this dialogue.
We see that the invisible one comes from his shoulder. So yes, it is different from the ones at his fingertips.
Right. That I was gonna, the next page is the real kicker. It's no use, Josuke. Evacuation drill. Josuke, boom, fires the one from his fucking finger at the head doctor. But then at the same time, whoop, one slips out of the birthmark. And when I saw this, I freaked the fuck out. I was like, my mind was completely blown. Because when's the last time we saw him use a bubble from the birthmark? And it points it out. That birthmark, it is coming from there. It fucking points it out in the dialogue. Do you know what this means, Chris?
It used to be that he could only use bubbles from his birthmark.
Right. And we've been reasoning that that was originally what it was supposed to be, but then Araki drew it differently. It just decided, you know, it'd be more dynamic if he could, like, point and use his finger or, like, punch and summon bubbles. So he made it wider. And in story reason, we've been like, yeah, he learned how to use his stand better. Of course, that makes sense. But the idea
wouldn't
that...
it be more? Wouldn't it be more dynamic if he could use them from his fingers? like a certain someone.
Yeah, but like the the possibility that this shoulder bubble is a plunder bubble is what's really enticing to me right now. He hasn't used this shoulder bubble, this birthmark bubble, in a long, long time, and I don't remember the last time he used it, but I'm pretty sure it was back when he still used it for plundering. And it might just be that the shoulder bubbles are the ones that do that. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be an amazing retcon of like, oh no, that's why it hasn't been happening, because he's been using the wrong kind of bubble. That'd be fucking incredible.
But like, did he? I need to think. Did he? Because I'm sure there was like an instance of plundering, where the bubble didn't come from his shoulder, but I'm not. I don't know.
I'm trying to
I don't want you
figure
to
it
go
out.
back and check. This is an oddly specific thing to look for.
When was the last time he used plundering? Did we figure that out?
God, let me think. Let's see. He used it in California King Bed. He used it. Let me go to the JoJo Wiki and check what's going
The
on
JoJo
here.
Wiki's not that knowledgeable. It gives you like 4 examples, and 2 of them are from when he stopped using it.
I know, but I need to look at the list of stands because like I need to know what the fights were to remember.
Yeah, of course. All right, here we go.
Did we agree that that putting objects in the bubble does not count as plundering?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. That's just normal pickup and transportation.
Okay, so he uses it in California King Bed to put the sound in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sound of the fridge closing.
Yeah, I'm actually on that right now.
Let's see. He didn't fight Dubiwa. He didn't. Let's see. The Aphex twins. Did he use it in that fight?
Yeah, he puts a bunch of screws and bolts in bubbles and fires them out at him.
Right. But that's not. We agreed that that's not specifically plundering.
Oh, okay. Well then, no. Sorry. Hey, so in the California King Bed fight, he uses a bubble from his fingertips already. So he knew how to do it back then.
Okay.
But like,
and we know that's not. And we know that's the one that he used to take the sound of the fridge closing.
No, he actually, this one he was trying to. What did he do? What is that? Oh, he put the sound of his voice in it. Because there was a part where he was trying to get Dia to step on his shadow. He put a soap bubble that said, "Go, just pedal straight ahead," and he lifted himself up on the branch so she would ride over his shadow. Really small moment from the California King Bed fight. So that's voice storage.
All right.
Which he does
So that's yeah.
That's
California King Bed.
No, that's voice storage, which he also does in Get the ladder, sound the alarm. Yotsuyu Yagiyama, I am a rock. He puts his voice in bubbles and he sends them up to the surface to tell Norisuke to throw down the net.
Oh, okay.
He specifically says to Yotsuyu,
but
I've been putting my voice in bubbles and sending them up to Norisuke-san at the surface. So voice in bubbles is just a thing he can do. It's unrelated to plundering.
We also... Oh, but wait. So we're establishing that this isn't plundering?
The voice in bubble thing? Yeah, no, he didn't take it from anywhere. That's just storage.
Okay.
It's a storage of sound waves instead of a physical object, but it's still just storage.
I know that that he uses it in Fun, but that one is specifically a bubble from his shoulder that he uses to steal friction from the floor.
Right.
Let me think. God. It occurs to me there aren't that many enemy stands in JoJolion.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, when was the last time he, like... Oh god, Norisuke is so ugly in his first appearance.
Hold on. What about the what about when he was shaving and he transferred the hair to fucking Joshu's face?
I still want to say that's object storage, but I don't know. I don't care. I've decided to give up. It's literally, the point is though that I really
that's wise.
I really
Yes.
want it to mean plundering is back. Because it's like, actually now I want to go back to the previous time an invisible bubble came out. Did it? So, I don't know, that one seems to have come out of his wrist on the first page of this chapter where he punches the glass. But I'm not sure. It's possible, you know, he was bending forward to punch those things and it fired out of his shoulder. But I don't know. What do you think the significance of Invisible Bubble is? What do you think Invisible Bubble does?
I think invisible bubble is literally like spin versus non-spin. Like the bubble that he's shooting from his fingertip isn't a spin bubble, but this one that's coming out of his birthmark is.
I don't know about all that, because we just saw him rotating it on his finger faster and faster and faster. Or, I mean, that's what I'm interpreting all the lines around it to mean, and it says...
Well, yes, spinning it. Yes, he's spinning it, but it doesn't have the spin. If that makes sense.
Well, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the little rotational energy on the lines. They're not also rotating, so it's possible, like, does Josuke not know the spin? Does Josuke need to learn the spin? I mean, why would he know it? But I kind of thought that this just meant he knew it unconsciously, and he had been doing it the whole time.
Well, that's the same deal as Joseph. He knew Haman unconsciously.
Yeah.
He just needed to be trained to use it better.
Yeah, but there's no spin teachers in this universe. Nobody's going to be able to do that for him.
Maybe that old man with the tortoise shop knows the spin.
I wonder if that was the head doctor.
You think he was the head doctor?
Yeah, he had the same cane. No, I'm just kidding. I actually just went back to look at his cane, and it's not the same cane. Oh no, it is the same cane. Yeah, he's a little man with black pants, and he's bald and old, and he's got a wooden cane. He's fucking the head doctor. What are you talking about? Alright. Anyway. There's nobody to teach him the spin. Although, do you think that the reason that Mamazuku knows about the spin is because he's a Zeppeli? He has the same hair as Julius Caesar Zeppeli in this universe.
Yeah, it's possible.
He has the same hair as his dad.
Doesn't fucking Julius Caesar Zeppeli have brothers or something? I forget if he mentioned if he had siblings.
Maybe. Let's look it up. Here, vamp for me for a little bit. Fill the time. What do you think about spin bubbles?
Spin bubbles. You know, it's I think it's cool. I think it's a cool idea. You know, you got the line is spinning, and that's forming the sphere, but it's also rotating. So also the outer surface is spinning. You could probably do some major damage with that, or more importantly, you could transfer the spin to the head doctor, give him that infinite rotation. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the good old Valentine treatment.
Yeah, what if he fucking hits him with the ultimate spin and fucking keeps him locked in place? Would that be too much of a rehash?
Dude, this whole part is a rehash.
Yeah, but that's what we love about it.
Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he hits him with the spin that makes him die over and over again, like Diavolo.
Hmm. Uh, Hang on. Family. Okay. Gregorio Zappelli. By the way, this is the guy who I'm saying Mamazuku has the same hair like.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just showing it to the viewers. I'm just pulling it up real quick. Yeah, that guy. Gregorio Zappelli. Alright, so does he have any kids? I mean, yeah, probably one. His oldest son, Gyro. Okay, so Gyro definitely has
Okay, confirmed. There
children.
there is at least one younger.
Yeah, there's at least some other kids in the Zappelli family of that generation. So yeah, I don't know. Mamazuku could be the descendant of anybody. It fucking could be cool. But he has the same stupid hair, like when he's a kid. Except it turns into braids. But yeah, so what so do you think Josuke can fly these, because a few episodes ago I was like, okay, the crazy new special ability that Josuke is going to get that Mamazuku is hinting at could be one of many things. It could be either the redirecting of the flow, or it could be either Mamazuku is hinting at plundering, or it could be fucking the bubbles being invisible and able to spin really fast with objects inside of them to scrape away at you, or it could be what was the last thing I was gonna say?
It seems that is implied that
Oh, or wait, my last
the
one.
trick is that the bubbles.
My last
Yeah.
one was that a couple episodes ago I was like, can Josuke fly the bubbles manually? Can he pilot them to specific locations? Like, with what degree of accuracy can he fly the bubbles to where he wants them? And I thought that maybe that would be the power, but now it's seeming like the point is that he doesn't have control of where they go. Because he said invisible things that I can't control.
So he knows that the bubbles are lines. He knows that they spin. Um, I'm thinking the trick is that the the uh, the bubbles shouldn't actually be able to exist. They're a paradox. You know, you got a one-dimensional object that is rendering a three-dimensional object, right, through its motion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what's going to happen is like the head doctor's going to make it to the elevator and it's going to close behind him, but the bubble's going to be able to pursue him even though the elevator's closed because it's a line. You know, you can't shut out a line. It has no volume.
True. I wonder what's the purpose of then the shoulder bubble? Are they both going to go and help, or?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought the distinction was like spin versus non-spin until you pointed out that he is spinning it on his finger. So I don't know if like the one that's taken off from his shoulder is maybe that's like the so like, you know, like when you fire a gun, the cartridge is ejected, right?
That's hilarious.
Maybe that's it's the bubble casing coming off
The bubble
the shoulder.
casing. That's so funny. Now I want an animation of Josuke like, and the bubble spinning on his finger, and he goes, and then, and the fucking bubble comes out of his shoulder, and there's like steam coming off his birthmark. I really want to see that. That would be awesome. Be an amazing animation. Dude, I really think it's a plunder bubble.
I
I really
I
want to
don't know at
believe.
this point. Could be anything really.
You know those bumper stickers that say "I want to believe"?
Okay, I think I know. I think I know actually. The one that he's firing on his finger is a targeting bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one that's ejecting from his shoulder is a seeker.
Uh-huh. So,
So he sticks the head doctor. He sticks the head doctor with the bubble that he's firing from his finger right now, and then the one on his shoulder is able to just pursue him and get to him anywhere.
that would be really interesting. That would be really awesome, actually, because then it's like, look, even if he takes damage for doing this, my pursuit is over. Now it's just the bubbles. Whatever happens after that, I don't know. You know, he only has to have the intention for a moment. He's not, like, locked into it. That could be useful. But yeah, man.
There's no more reason to pursue. I've already won.
This was a crazy chapter. How do you feel that this affects your predictions for Jojolian? Because for me, this chapter made it a lot shorter.
Oh, let's see. Well,
Because Kei Nijimura died and the head doctor decided to accelerate the situation at the household, I think things are actually now ramping up.
completely invalidated my prediction that Kei Ninjamura's stand would be used as a counter
Yeah.
to the head doctor.
Completely invalidated my
Uh,
prediction that they would use her stand, the motorcycle function of it, to get across town. They didn't do that. Nobody ever got to ride that thing.
yeah, I don't think Josuke actually needs to get across town. I think as long as he beats the head doctor here, it won't matter. I think what's going to happen is he's gonna hit the head doctor with that seeker bubble, right? And then Toru's gonna be like gravely wounded and like wandering away, and then fucking the wounded God, what's his name? Jobin is gonna walk out and smoke him.
Oh my god, dude. I would love that. I completely forgot that Jobin is like even still. That's a ball up in the air, you know, that we're waiting to drop once again. Man, do you want to fucking. Time to open shoes left to drop dot text and fucking take an inventory. Okay. True nature of the soap bubbles is already solved.
Okay. Actually, let me make a prediction here. Remember you were talking about how like Josuke's bubbles might have some sort of damage reflection ability, right?
Yeah. Like Jorno.
So what happens when he hits the head doctor with the spin bubble is he it reflects the calamity back to him, so he has to actually turn the calamity off in order to like
Ooh.
not die.
That's a classic way. That's a classic JoJo win condition. Make the opponent turn their standoff because now it'll kill you both.
That would also that would also tie into like fucking
Saving Yasuo.
how I was making a comparison to fucking Bites the Dust, right? Because you know it's the
Yeah.
right time in the part for Bites the Dust. Like in that, they had to make him turn his standoff so that he wouldn't die,
Right.
right? And in doing so, they save Rohan and all of the other members of the Part 4 crew.
Of the Part 4 Crusaders. But yeah, it's that would be interesting and cool if they made him turn off his stand. But I don't even know if that's a thing. I think it's sort of like automatic and forever. I was gonna say something a second ago. Fuck. What were you just talking about? Oh, you were talking about they're trying to get him to turn his thing off in order to do the thing and save Yasuo. Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, no, it was right before that that my train of thought was on. Damn. Um. Oh yeah, I was gonna go into shoes yet to drop dot text, and I was gonna add a new one because now it's been enough fucking chapters that we need to put it on the thing. Jobin, alive or dead? Because like, it's up in the air, and also it would be very stupid if he was dead. So he obviously needs to be alive, but we haven't cut back to him in a while, and everyone's treating him like he's dead. So I'm pretty sure we know that Kyo Nijimura, Mamazuku, and Norisuke are dead for real. But we haven't seen a text box for any of them. You know, it hasn't said Norisuke Higashikata, age 52, has died.
The ambiguous like statements from Toru and the head doctor about like who's dead and who's alive
Yeah.
don't really help much because they do denote Norisuke as being alive and Jobin as being dead.
Which is the opposite order that those things happened in. And doesn't make any sense because Jobin was like, you know, bleeding from like the chest. He had a stab wound, basically. And he was coughing up blood. So he has a stab wound and internal bleeding. Fucking Norisuke had like a main vein explode. And he bled out instantly. I mean, like, I don't know.
And JoJo's...
I feel like those injuries aren't the same severity.
JoJo is a weird manga in that like fucking we're looking at Jobin like fucking bleeding profusely from his chest cavity, coughing up blood, and we're like, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good.
He's good.
Like last chapter, Josuke got fucking. Bro, last chapter, Josuke got. He got broken glass in his throat. He got shards of broken glass in his throat. He got shards of broken glass in his throat. And then he tried to kick the head doctor. He got some of his ankle shaved away by Bubbles. Then he fell backwards and he got stabbed through the shoulder with a piece of metal, with like a huge piece of debris. He got stabbed all the way through the shoulder. So he took a lot of damage last chapter, and now he's kind of just like up walking around like it don't even matter. Like he's got no neck injury or leg injury.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Araki's still drawing the...
You can't even see the fucking... Yeah, you can't even fucking see the part where his throat was like slashed from the fucking glass.
I know. Araki's keeping that the chest shoulder wound illustrated. He's still drawing the blood there, but he's given up on the other ones. Those are just for fun. Those aren't real injuries the character has to deal with. Those are just to make you, the audience member, worry for their safety. But it doesn't affect like their mobility or health or anything. Which is like kind of cheap, but I guess JoJo does that a lot. Like you really want, when your characters take damage, you want your audience to be like, oh no, you know, like on the edge of their seat. You want it to feel like dire.
And JoJo has like a history with like main characters aren't necessarily safe.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you get towards the end of a part, you know, because like we saw it with Jonathan. Jonathan died. We saw it with Jolene. She died. And fucking Emporio saved the day.
Yeah. And then Johnny Joestar
there's
died in the next part in a flashback. So everybody dies.
Yeah, there's always a fucking risk when you get towards the end of a part.
Yeah.
That like, you know, maybe the main doesn't make it out of this one alive.
Yeah, but there's no way. With this one, they has to go off with Yasuo.
case, it's not, although in this case, it's kind of like that risk isn't really here because fucking Kyo's dead. Um, so Josuke has to make it through this part, or else there'll be no part 9.
Yeah, true. I mean, what other? There are no other descendants. All the people with the Joestar birthmark are either dead or merged together into Josuke. That's true. If Araki wants to have another part in this universe, Josuke has to be the one to continue the family line. Specifically Josuke. Wow, that means, like, canonically...
Up until now, the only way that Araki could conceivably get away with killing off Josuke is the fact that he does have a biological sister.
Yeah, that's how he could have gotten away with it up to this point, but now? No fucking way. Also, that sucks that they never got to be like brother and sister and like on a team fighting together. Like, not even for fucking one chapter. She shows up, does one attack, and that's fucking it.
Very briefly, she
So
froze
upsetting.
the bubbles.
But it's almost like, yo, we gotta tap all our resources, all our contacts, get everyone's help, even if like all she could do in the end was walk from one room to the other.
That's like what if Mista died right after he fired that right after he fired that bullet that Gold Experience had touched.
True. Although, no, yeah, I mean, it's like, but you remember how I was complaining that Mamazuku got one of those do something really cool with your stand, the coolest thing ever, and then immediately die moments? I can't believe we got another one like 2 chapters later with Kei Nishimura. She didn't invent a new technique, but she came back, did something awesome, only to die immediately. Only to die immediately. I really wanted to see Soft and Wet sitting on the back of the Born This Way cycle. I really did. Again, I don't think humans can ride that, but I really wanted to see Soft and Wet ride it.
I just had a thought. I don't think it's actually going to happen, but like, what if Josuke used the bubble to steal the Locacacast 2651 from the vial that the head doctor has?
Yeah.
6251. Okay. Yeah, he uses that to steal the serum, and he gives it to fucking K, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is like right before he gets in the elevator. When the elevator door opens, he gets attacked by fucking K's stand.
Man, that would be awesome, but I don't even think...
Because he opened...
Yeah, because the door opened.
The elevator door.
Exactly. Hey, what was the... Or nothing, I guess. I was going to say, what was the thing that caused... What was opened to cause Born This Way to, to show up? But I think nothing.
Yeah, I don't think that's really a thing anymore. It's like how fucking you used to have to see the manga for Rohan's stand to affect you, and now he can just do it whenever.
Yeah, But he has a line. My stand ability has matured, so we forgive him. But you know what? You know what was opened? Josuke's wound was opened. That's a stretch.
Okay.
But it'll work. Also, you know what's fucking sad? The lines of colditude are now gone forever.
Yeah, but now we have the lines of spinitude.
Yeah, and that's cool and everything, but do you remember in the last chapter where the coldness of Born This Way's cold wind froze the bubbles solid? They were frozen bubbles, and I was like, this is awesome! This is such a cool stand combo power! Rocky was laughing at me the whole time because he was like, yeah, this is the only time that's ever gonna happen. Enjoy it, fucker. God damn it.
He got us. He got us all bad.
He got us good, dude. I don't even know what to do with myself anymore.
Do we have any more talking points for this chapter? Actually, it's weird like this is a weirdly short discussion about this chapter, considering like just how much happened in it.
A lot did
Do we have any more
happen,
talking?
but I think that most of my reactions to it are just visceral. Like, no! Or, you know? Like, it's amazing things are happening. I don't know. I think I've said everything I wanted to say about, like, how this makes me think Judge Olean is going to go. This, I'm now going to estimate we're probably about a year away. I've been saying, like, 2 years this whole time. Now, I think that this Toru thing is going to be wrapped up within the next, like, 3 to 4 chapters. And I think we're probably going to have, like, 10 more after that for, like, the final arc and the denouement of the story. So I think we may have, like, 12 to 15 more chapters from here. I think it may end around 120. Although, I guess that's where I've always said it would end.
I think you might actually be accurate with that. You know, I think
so.
I'm gonna say maybe 2 more chapters for this, and then 12 to 14 for the last arc and the conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
So like about like 14 to 16 more chapters.
Yeah, I think that's a solid bet. But the fact that, like, Kyo is not rejoining the team, she literally just showed up to spend her entire life in the story just helping for one quick second to advance the plot. So that must mean, like, we're already to the pulling out all the stops phase, you know? But, like, right after this, you know, we're going to be back at the Higashikata house. Everyone's getting healed. Everyone's like, huh, that was crazy, right, guys? Ha ha ha. All having a good laugh about it. And then Jobin stumbles out of the room having drank the serum, and he's like Rocky, and he's like, all right, motherfucker. Just fights Josuke. I don't know. But the point is, this is going to lead directly into the ending shit, the final shit. Comes after this.
Hey, are we sure about our count of the fucking fruits? How many fruits do we have
right now
accounted for?
Yeah. Toru has the only one left. There were 2.
We got the one on the branch.
A big one and a small one. Yasuo ate the big one.
Yeah. We got the one small one on the branch.
Yeah.
Which I think that one, he may actually get away with the branch, but like in his wounded state, he'll get fucking stopped by Jobin, who will then eat the fruit and heal up his injuries.
And then not give the fruit to Tsurugi? What the fuck's up with that?
How many more fruits do we have? Aren't there like 2?
I
two
mean,
more?
This is assuming
baby bitch fruits.
This is assuming that I have been right this whole time, and the fruits that fell off, because originally, when the thing was first illustrated, had at least 4. Here, let me go to the end of this chapter. Yeah, it had a huge one, a medium one, a baby one that had fallen off, and a baby one still on the vine. So the baby one that has fallen off is obviously still on the ground over there. And then... oh, okay, well this is telling us something different. And now...
well, how much of the fruit did Yasuo eat?
I was pointing this out. I was saying if Yasuo doesn't eat that whole fruit, then maybe we could use the remaining 1/3 later. But I'm pretty sure she ate it all.
I feel like she only took like one big bite, like maybe 1/3 of the fruit at best.
She ate that first bite, and then it started merging them, and then she ate the rest. No, yeah, she eats the rest. After he says, equivalent exchange, hey, my right arm's disappearing, she goes, and she eats the rest.
So are these fruits like um fucking less efficient than the old ones?
Well, I don't know. It didn't seem like she needed to eat the rest of it. I think she just did it.
Damn.
You know, the exchange was kind of already done. She'd wasted it. But yeah, man, I don't know. There might be one or two, but they might be just a baby one and a medium one. There might be one or two still over on the in the rubble
There
in
aren't enough
Jobin's
fruits
room.
left in this. There aren't enough. There aren't enough fruits left for fucking Holly and Sarugi,
No, there are not.
unless unless Jobin may not actually need a fruit. Okay, right? Follow my logic here. If Josuke is able to basically force Toru to turn off the stand ability by using his spin bubble, um, that will mean that the calamity that is currently killing Jobin also gets released.
Yeah, true. But does his damage get undone, or does he just stop incurring additional damage?
His damage won't get undone, right? There's only one thing in this universe that can actually undo damage.
Uh-huh. You know what's crazy? I feel like the way that this shit is going, there's got to be time travel. But I know there isn't going to be because he already did that, you know? Like, you know what would be crazy? This is actually giving me the feeling that this is all a giant bites the dust loop. And I mean, we're not going to do that, but just think about if it was. Like, the events of this past day in JoJo. So everything back to Yasuo in the Higashikata estate remotely with her stand and then falling off the wall and losing her arm. Everything from before that to right now is like so densely packed with characters doing stuff and being in different places. It's like that would be a really interesting piece of timeline to play around with, you know? Like, I'm thinking, imagine if Josuke right now was able to have this knowledge that he has now, like, a day ago. He could play this totally different, and it would unfold differently. Like, imagine, okay, so this is stupid and not gonna happen.
I hear you.
But imagine he fucking goes back in time a day, and he's like, right, okay, so I'm gonna need to get to the Higashikata estate, and I'm gonna need to bring Mamazuka with me. Don't let him get arrested, you know? I like it when a series plays around in its own timeline.
Yeah. But like you said, that wouldn't happen because
he's already done that. Bites the dust.
You gotta set it up if you want that kind of story.
Yeah.
Right, and Araki hasn't done the setup for this to be a bites the dust loop.
No way. But it is it's almost like the July 15th Thursday part of part 4, where there's just so much shit happening in one quick go. Like there's like 3 stand battles on that same day. I feel like I don't know, it's just a cool period of time. And I would like to actually take that, and instead of making it a time loop, I'd like to make it a video game where you fucking, or no, a board game where you fucking like, you have to fight 3 stand battles in the same day. It's a marathon. Anyway, just play around with it. I don't know. But yeah, this whole thing with the flash forward and the flash back and the things being wrong, things being incongruous to the flash forward. I feel like there's going to be some time travel, but there's not going to be, because that would be stupid. But if I didn't know any better, I would almost be expecting some sort of time travel, time janitor shenanigans.
Yeah, I think introducing time travel at this point of the story would completely kill any momentum that the story
it would
has.
go totally off the rails. I don't know. That's why I say if I didn't know better. Because I do. There's no way that shit would happen. But this is just like he's set up this timeline and everything. And it's like these events are transpiring, but not like how they should. I don't know. Anyways, what the fuck else about this chapter? I like how Born This Way is floating in midair in front of Kyo Nijimura's face so that you can't see that she's been gravely injured. Why does Whole Horse sound like that in Blood Sun Vendetta?
I couldn't tell you. My theory is like it's actually the body of Whole Horse being controlled by possibly somebody from the future, which is why we're getting also those flashes of like the different scene during right.
Yeah.
And that's why they also know the solution to that riddle, and it's like why the voice is different.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
doesn't seem to be bantering or having a good time at all like Whole Horse would. He just shot that guy in the mouth for nothing.
It's very uncharacteristic of Whole Horse.
Mm-hmm.
I like his outfit though.
Yeah, me too.
Kind of rated Jotaro's Part 4 wardrobe.
Definitely.
If I'm being honest.
All right. Do we have anything else to discuss upon this chapter, upon this rock, upon this day? Any further predictions?
So. I don't have any other predictions.
Which of the
weirdly short episode?
Weirdly short episode. Wow, we're gonna make sub 230. This is the fucking shortest the podcast's ever been. Weirdly short episode. Well, you know why? It's because we didn't go on talking about Power Rangers or Gotcha for 45 minutes. Not that I dislike those conversations.
Oh, we could do that if you want.
I enjoy...
we could do that if you want.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. I mean, only if it's organic. Only if we come up with something. But, no, it's just because we didn't have any huge digressions this episode. I mean, we had Blood Sun Vendetta, but that's even still on topic.
We could talk about the Suicide Squad teaser, and which characters we think are gonna die and which ones are gonna live.
Oh man, if only I had seen that. I only
Let's watch it. No, just kidding. Yeah, don't cue it up. It's
I'm
got
not.
copyrighted
I'm trying to find the graphic that shows. You know the one I'm talking about? Yeah, this one. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, that's got all the characters.
Yeah, I wanted their. God damn it! I don't want the one that says John Cena, Idris Elba, Jai Courtney. I want the one that says fucking Captain Boomerang, not Captain Boomerang. Yeah, okay. Polka Dot Man, King Shark, Javelin.
I'll put that up. Throw that up. Let's talk about fucking the Suicide Squad, and who do we think is gonna die?
Why not? I mean,
let me check that.
Who wants to have a short episode anyway? Am I right?
So that we're looking at the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to efficiently get it to you, but it's not. It's got a stupid thing on it, and it won't let me just fucking piece of shit. I'm trying. It's on IMDb, and it's like got a stupid embedded image, and I just want to find its normal style so that I can send it to you, you know, like a normal ass image. God damn you! Oh, finally, Jesus Christ. Okay. Here, this is a cool poster that I found. I don't know every character's name.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, let's see.
I haven't seen the first Suicide Squad. Also, I know generally what happens in it, and I know that I didn't need to see it.
Don't even worry. I feel like they're gonna ignore the fact that the first Suicide Squad even happened.
I hear
All
it's like
right.
somewhat like if you squint your eyes, it's like it could be a sequel. But also, if you squint your eyes, it's like it could be a redoing it entirely. The first one doesn't count.
This graphic doesn't actually tell you a whole lot about the characters. If you could find pictures of each one as we discuss them.
Oh,
So
okay.
Colonel Rick Flag, he was like basically the team leader in the first movie. He's a basic military guy. He's not a criminal. He's like government man,
Who?
and I feel like he's gonna live. Yeah. Um, Polka
Okay.
Dot Man. I don't know anything about this character. Uh, Honestly, I think he's made to die, but he could be one of the weird ones that they let live just as a joke.
Yeah. Who's the little grape guy from My Hero Academia? His name's not Mista. That's Mista.
Fucking
Mineta.
oh
Mineta.
God.
So
What's his
look,
name? Yeah.
Mineta. So Mineta, yeah, occupies the same space that Polka Dot Man does in my brain. Comic relief character, I'm pretty sure, but we exist in a quantum superposition between these two realities. They redeem Mineta, and he gets his like Joshu turning into a hero moment, where he like finally gets to be a part of the team, and he puts behind himself as being annoying. Or later in the story, when we need to kill a character to raise the stakes, he's an easy kill. So we exist in a quantum superposition between those two outcomes. Either he's going to get his moment and be like a cool, valued member of the team, or it'll be an easy kill to raise the tension. And that's exactly what I'm feeling on Polka Dot Man. Either it's going to be a crazy come from
Oh no no no
behind
no! I
comeback
don't
story,
don't think I
and
don't
Polka
think
Dot
Polka
Man
Dot
will
Man.
end
I
up
don't think
being
Polka Dot
useful.
Man's gonna be the. I don't think Polka Dot Man's gonna be the easy kill to raise the tension. I think that's gonna go to Javelin, because if you've seen Javelin's design, he's got this like fucking blue and yellow spandex look. He looks like fucking like old school superhero guy. You know,
Hmm. Yeah,
he
true.
looks like he was made to die. He looks like he was made to die in this film.
He actually, he has like a Nightwing costume almost, with the big black V.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, yeah. If you look at King Shark, King Shark is another character that I think is going to make it through, definitely. Especially the fact that he's in the fucking Suicide Squad game
Hmm.
upcoming. And he's basically taking Croc's role in this, except I think they're going a more comedic route with him. Like, he's going to be like, Korg from Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, I love Korg. I was just talking about
I,
him the
th-
other
I think
day.
he's going to be like the Korg of this movie. I think
Cool,
he's going to be like, hey,
cool.
man, how you doing? I hope
Hey man.
Taika Waititi voices him. That'd be great.
I think
They haven't revealed who's voicing him.
hmm. I think I might be looking at. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. This might not be
Are
reliable.
you are you looking at King Shark on? Are you looking
Well,
at King Shark on DC?
I was looking at King Shark, and it brought up a picture of the blue guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu, played by Michael Rooker, and it said Michael Rooker is going to play King Shark. So I went to that website to see if that was reliable, but I can't tell, so
I don't think that's reliable.
I don't know.
Um, if you'll look to King Shark's right, you'll see TDK, which I don't believe is actually a named character in DC. Um, but I saw a video that pointed out that TDK looks very similar, and this is Nathan Fillion's character, by the way,
Yeah, I just looked him
to
up. I just figured
a
out that's who's
character
playing him.
to a character by the name of Arm Fall Off Boy.
What?
Guess what his power is?
Oh my god, wait, I just realized his little graphic here. You can see exposed meat and bone on his arms. It's like they've been chopped.
I think I think what's gonna happen is like fucking I think TDK is gonna die, and moreover, I think like he's gonna die in such a way that his arms literally fall off.
Why is he called Arm Fall Off Boy? Is that something you made up, or
Because
is that
he
his?
has
Is that his power?
no. Arm Fall Off Boy is a named character in the DC universe, and his power is to detach his limbs.
I see. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So then, who's next?
Solsoria, I don't know anything about her. Um, could go either way on that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
We
I
go
don't know who that
down
is
to the
either.
next row. We see Weasel. This is Sean Gunn's character. Um, he is literally a weasel.
Yeah, and he's wearing a yellow spandex space jumpsuit. He's a weasel, all right.
Honestly, I could go either way on this one. Well, they're all like really scrappy comic relief
He could be like
characters
the Rocket
actually.
Raccoon.
But like he could be or he could like die in a second. I mean, it's Sean Gunn's character. I don't know if James Gunn doesn't. I don't like. I only know his Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
But
Oh man, have you seen Knives Out?
I don't know if Knives Out is Ryan Johnson.
Oh yeah, no, of course it is. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, yeah. But you might be thinking of Brightburn. I haven't seen that one.
I don't even know what that is, so I definitely wasn't thinking of that.
Oh, it's basically Superman as a horror movie.
Huh. Okay, pass.
Yeah. Blackguard. I
Yeah.
don't know about this character.
This guy's being played by Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, the guy
What's he
from
in?
Saturday Night Live who always looks like he needs some more blood.
Let me check out.
You know,
Davidson.
just looks a little malnourished. Just looks like he could use a blood transfusion. It's at all times.
Yeah, I don't know.
Always just looks a little light on blood.
Let's see. I don't know. We already talked about Javelin. Harley Quinn. She's dead for sure. Let's be real.
I mean, are you being ironic?
No. I'm being fully facetious here, Zach.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no. Yeah, she's totally killable. They don't need her. This movie has nothing to do with her being in it. Doesn't matter.
Harley Quinn? Who the fuck cares about Harley Quinn?
Yeah, man. I'm here to see Captain Boomerang fight Ratchet 2.
Boomerang.
Ratcatcher 2.
Captain Boomerang was actually Captain Boomerang was in the first Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
He may actually throw more boomerangs in this one. I don't know if they'll kill him. I don't think they will. He's also in the Suicide Squad game.
Okay.
I think if you look at anybody who's in the Suicide Squad game, those people are safe. So Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, King Shark. I don't know if there's anybody else here that's in that game. No, it doesn't look like it. Savant, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
I'm looking up their original comic book appearances every time when we talk about them. Okay, weird. He's wearing a
oh, wait a minute.
mask.
I think Polka Dot Man, if I recall correctly, was played by fucking God, what's his name? In the Ant-Man movies. The hacker dude.
Hacker dude. I'm searching Ant-Man hacker dude. Kurt! Kurt is a friend of Scott Lang and Lewis, who works as the team's hacker. He's played by David Damalstachin. David Dastmalchian.
I'm gonna say Polka Dot Man's survival in this movie depends on whether or not his Marvel contract is up.
Well, he will also voice an alternate version of his character in What If, the upcoming What If show by Marvel. So he has some paychecks coming his way. Yeah, David Dastmalchian portrayed Abner Krill / Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad. This makes him one of the few actors to date to appear both in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Extended Universe. Cool.
All right. Did you see Savant? What his deal is?
Yeah, he seems to be some sort of like Neo from the Matrix mixed with Final Fight looking ass. He looks like this. He looks like a Resident Evil character. He looks like Wesker from Resident Evil, but if he was in a Final Fight game.
Yep.
On the nose. Next.
I don't know. I think Savant is dead for sure.
Oh, you wanted me to say dead or alive. Probably dead.
Yeah, Thinker. I am gonna say Thinker lives through this one. I don't know his deal. I think he's some sort of telepath or whatever.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff plugged into his fucking head. Whoa, this is cool. I came upon this weird picture of the Flash where he's sitting and he has thinker wires plugged into his head and he says, "I'm thinking." Look at this. I love stuff like this. This reminds me of the panel of Captain America saying, "Hail Hydra." Like, the hero turns into a villain panel. It's cool. I dig it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Amanda Waller is.
She was the lady from the first movie.
That's Viola. That's Viola Davis's character. She's most likely gonna make it through this. She's if they want another Suicide Squad movie after this, she's definitely making it through this.
Mm-hmm.
Peacemaker, that's John Cena's character.
Oh, nice.
He described himself as a crappy Captain America, and because he's played by John Cena, I have zero faith in him making it through this movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they've got John Cena in this movie just to have like a emotional death scene for him to play, you know? Like, imagine he gets shot and somebody's like, "Peacemaker, no!" And he's like, "Go on without me." You know, like John Cena doing a scene like that. That'd be funny. Also, he has a Galactus helmet on, basically.
I feel like I feel like it's different. I feel like he'll be like the fucking he'll be like the de facto leader, you know, of the team, and then he'll get blown away first.
Nice. That'd be fun. That'd be also a good time. So we got Peacemaker, Mongol.
Mongol. I don't know her deal. I think she's a female version of a character called Mongol. And I believe she's powered down because I think Mongol was a Superman villain, if I'm correct, and he was a big deal.
Well, hang on now. Yeah, Mongol, the daughter of Mongol. Yeah, and Mongol is like this big, dark side looking motherfucker. You know, he's just a big dude, and he's got like a little square, angry head.
I don't know if she'll live through this movie. I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know, but she's like an alien, so she probably has some upped durability over a regular person. So I think she's got good chances. Now,
Ratcatcher 2.
Now, Ratcatcher 2.
Now, what you know about Ratcatcher, rather?
Not as much as I know about Dog Welder, which is some.
So the original Ratcatcher was Otis Flanagan. He was a Batman villain. His deal was he controls rats.
Mm-hmm.
The second Ratcatcher is a younger woman, and I have no idea anything else about her.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because Daniela Melchior is going to play... Whoa. Suicide Squad. Taika Waititi reportedly playing the first Ratcatcher. Interesting. But, I mean, that
Oh,
also
well, then I
might
guess
not
he's
be
not playing King.
reliable.
Damn.
I don't know,
Damn.
man. These are just like weird speculation websites.
Oh, yeah, it could be fake.
From what I've heard, they're kind of
Bloodsport.
keeping stuff about this movie under wraps for the time being.
I don't know. I don't know if I rate Ratcatcher 2's chances.
Do you know about Dog Welder 2?
Bloodsport. Huh?
Do you know about Dog Welder 2?
There was a second dog welder?
Yeah. The second dog... His entire description, the second Dog Welder, was similar to the first one.
Is that it?
Yeah. Dog Welder cannot speak and never shows his face.
Damn. All right. Bloodsport
Powers,
is
hold on.
Idris Elba's character.
Powers and abilities. Psychic link. Dog Welder has a psychic connection to all other dog welders. Can speak through dogs as puppets and can harness their powers to weld stars together.
I'm sorry, all other what now?
All other dog welders.
What do you...
What do you mean other dog welders?
Uh...
And his other power?
Pardon?
His other power? His first power is psychic link. His other power? Dog welding. And when you click on dog welding, it just brings you to a page called mechanical aptitude. I don't know if that's really what would be traditionally considered aptitude. Alright. Enough about dog welder.
So Bloodsport then. Bloodsport is Idris Elba's character. He's the replacement for Will Smith's Deadshot.
Mm-hmm.
Because Will Smith didn't want to be in this movie.
That's crazy because I thought Idris Elba was just going to be playing Deadshot.
No, that's like when Will Smith wasn't going to be in the movie, they signed on Idris Elba and everybody thought he was going to play Deadshot.
So
but
it's just an
I guess they
assumption.
decided to change his character to Bloodsport.
Okay.
Bloodsport's deal is he's in prison for shooting Superman with a kryptonite bullet.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So
that's hardcore. I like that.
Since he's the Deadshot replacement, I believe he's gonna survive.
Gotcha. Oh, look at this. This image of Bloodsport 2 that I found. Because apparently there's fucking sequels to people in DC Comics a lot. Bloodsport 2 is like a Knight Templar, but I want you to pay specific attention to the eye holes of his face mask. Notice how one of them is ripped open and it looks like a Spawn eye hole, and then the other one is normal and it looks like, I don't know, somebody who has classic slit eyes. I just really like that. I think that's an awesome character design choice. One of them is like ripped open, like a Spawn eye.
I mean, if you like asymmetrical face coverings, check out Deathstroke.
You mean asymmetrical face coverings? And
That's what I said, asymmetrical.
All right, roll the tape. And then it plays the part where you say symmetrical, and then we go back to present day. Wow, folks, look at that tape. Wasn't that definitely a tape? Let me look up. Who'd you say?
I definitely said asymmetrical.
Listen to the tape.
Deathstroke.
Alright, Deathstroke. Oh, I know this fucking guy. He's the villain in Teen Titans, dude. And he calls himself Slade for some reason.
Yeah, he's got a helmet that's got that's only got one eye hole because he's only got one eye.
Based.
Fuck you need the other one for.
The fuck you need the other one for? Good question. Alright. So, yeah, I guess now that I've seen everybody, let's take votes on who lives, who dies.
All right. Just to sum it all up, I'm just gonna say a name. You say whether you think they'll live or die. You cannot say you don't know.
Right.
Got it. Colonel Rick Flag.
Dead, because there's smoking bullet holes in his t-shirt on the poster.
I think he lives. Polka Dot Man.
Lives, becomes the unsurprising, or becomes the surprising most important member of the team.
I think he's dead. King Shark.
Lives. Nobody can kill a king shark. He's a big badass shark. He's impossible to kill.
I think he lives. TDK.
Dead.
Dead for sure. Solsoria.
Not sure. Could go either way. I'm gonna go dead.
I'm gonna go dead as well. Weasel.
Weasel, alive. Comic relief. / valuable.
I'm gonna
member of the
say he
team.
lives. I'm gonna say he lives as well. Blackguard.
Dead, just because I don't like Pete Davidson's face, and I'd rather him not be in the whole movie, just some of it.
I think he's dead as well. Javelin.
Oh, Javelin. No, you know what? Javelin feels like Peacemaker to me in that he looks a little bit too silly to actually be a main character who survives the whole film. So yeah, I think dead.
Yep, I think dead as well. Harley Quinn.
Alive. Marketability. They're gonna do another Birds of Prey with her, right?
I thought what we were gonna do is just have a moment of silence and then just both burst out laughing.
Sorry, we couldn't coordinate that.
All right. Yeah, alive. Captain Boomerang.
You know, maybe alive because he's an OG from the first movie. Maybe just keep the torch alive. You know, don't kill off everyone. Keep it like one character the same. Or maybe he's been around long enough. He's had his time in the spotlight. Kill him. So I don't know. I'm gonna say alive.
I actually think maybe they'll kill him just for the shock factor of like what they killed off the original team member.
Maybe.
Savant.
Savant, you know, I want to say alive because he looked really cool on the fucking internet, but right here, might be an old man. Like, look at the wrinkles on the forehead above the goggles. Might be an old man. So, I don't know. Dead.
I think dead too. Thinker.
Alive. Probably smart enough to survive.
I'm actually gonna say dead. Just fuck it. Dead. Amanda Waller. Yeah, alive. Peacemaker.
Dead. John Cena comes into the movie to die just for funnies.
Dead. Mongal.
Alive. She's an alien. She's got high durability. I think she's actually going to be, by default, stronger than a lot of these other people. She might be like the Starfire of the team.
Ratcatcher 2.
I'm going to say alive. Just out of like...
I'm going to say alive as well.
I don't know. They fight remotely,
like
don't they?
How many... I gotta go back and take count of like how many I thought I said would live, because like I'm pretty sure I've said that the majority of these people would die, and I think the majority actually will die.
One dead,
but
I gotta be
careful that we don't kill off too many.
3 dead. 2 alive, 3 dead. 3 alive, 3 dead. 4 dead, 3 alive. 4 alive, 4 dead. 5 alive, 4 dead. 5 alive, 5 dead. So by the time we got through everything above the title, we have 5 of these people being alive and 5 dead. Or by my predictions.
All right. Bloodsport.
Alive. Idris Elba.
His Marvel contract is up. Alive.
Yeah, I mean, fucking... What did he do in Marvel again?
He was Heimdall. Thor's friend.
Oh yeah. He got murked really recently. Yeah, he got killed in Infinity War.
All right, that's our predictions on this JoJo podcast about some DC bullshit.
Yeah, so I guess when this movie comes out, we can go see it independent of one another because we don't live near each other, and then we can come back on the podcast and be like, how was the movie? Did you like it? Was it good? Did the people you died think... Did you die? Did the movie kill you?
Did we both die? Are we dead?
Dude, this movie comes out and my last tweet is like, going to see Suicide Squad? You know what happened.
This podcast brought to you from Beyond the Grave.
Beyond the Grave. Ooh. But yeah, I guess we got this. We sort of laid the groundwork for a future bit we can do where we go to the movies. So yeah, do you have anything else you wanted to do with the podcast? Anything to add on the shoes to drop? I put the Fate of Jobin on there.
Nah, I think we're pretty much done. I think we covered it.
I think we've been
We
done
had a
for a
short
while.
ass episode that we artificially lengthened by talking about bullshit.
Woo! Who wants to be sub 230 anyway? We're still going to be sub 3. All right, so yeah, I guess we'll see you next month.
Sub 3 is good enough for me.
Sub 3
See you next month,
is all right
viewers.
with me. Peace.
Listeners, whatever orifice you're using to perceive this podcast with, we'll see you next month.
Do you remember the part of Adventure Time in the pilot episode where Jake's like, shh, I'm tuning into the internet with my mind? I wonder if anybody listens to our podcast that way. They just sit there, they don't have a computer, they don't have a phone, they just like, and they just pull the Locacacast right out of the airwaves with psychic energy. If you listen to our podcast like that,
But
you're
not for
a real one.
But not for our podcast, though.
Oh no, I would never pull our airwaves out of the airwaves. They're dirty. They're gross.